This Transmissions Trips to the Store video has been brought to you with the help of listeners like you.
Without Patreon support, Transmissions wouldn't be the show it is today. You can sign up for our Patreon at www.transmissionspodcast.com/support.
Welcome to the Transmissions Trips to the Store, where we show off all the awesome Transformers stuff we got this week. This video is part of our weekly Transmissions podcast. You can check it out at our website, www.transmissionspodcast.com. We do 2 shows every week. Every Wednesday is the Transmissions main show. It's all about toys. Trips to the Store is part of that. So if you're watching this video, you likely have listened to the show, I hope. And then Fridays, we record. Fridays, we put out Transmissions Alt Mode. That's all about Transformers comics and media. So these lovely podcasts are brought to you with the support of our lovely supporters on Patreon. Thank you to all our Patreon supporters. Thank you for helping run the show, helping keep things going, keep the wheels on the tracks. We appreciate it.
But what you actually do is give us money. So we thank you for the money.
You're so crass, Yoshi.
It's the truth.
Brutally honest.
You're thanking them for what they're not doing. Thank them for what they're doing.
They're supporting us. They are doing that. Anyway, we are joined this week. You might have noticed Daryl's not here, but we are joined.
New Daryl.
I'm not Daryl.
No, you're not.
Oh.
Daryl came back from America, and the guy got slim.
It's kind of the opposite of what you would expect from America.
He was running away from border security. They were trying to throw him out before he got to Disneyland.
So we're joined by baby Transformers fan Eric Crownover. Thank you for joining us.
Whoa.
So let's talk about what we got this week. So Yoshi, I'm going to start off with you. I think I saw something float through your screen recently. So
this thing?
What you got? Oh, you showed that before, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still there though.
you saw. Yeah, this is what was floating in the screen, but if this is what you're interested in, I can talk about it again. This is Seaspray.
Can you talk about it?
This is Seaspray. He's delivering a pizza on the top. He's blue, red, and yellow, and white. No wheels.
Okay.
I got a visit from the XTrans ferry.
Wow.
Yes.
You pick a week where old Daryl's not here.
Fuck. New Daryl is gonna appreciate this shit. This is Klaatu. This is Cosmos. This is the one with the fucking abduction stand.
Where you can put a cow in it.
Okay. I want to show this for one reason in particular this week. As you can see, it is still in its Charles state. Its Charles state of collecting. It's not opened. But Charles, you can take it out of the box and then close the box again and have the best of both worlds.
He has a point.
Oh. Does it have a fake stats decoder thing on the back?
It does, but it doesn't come with a little fucking thing to read it. You have to own that.
Huh.
And at first blush, it actually looks like it's a little bit taller than the old school ones. But I couldn't tell you without fucking getting the red strip and trying it, which I haven't done yet. So Klaatu Cosmos here is heavy as fuck. There's some die cast in here, mostly in the legs, mostly the calf area. He didn't skip calf day. This is nothing I would ever play with. His arms. Look at that. I mean, let me see if I can show an angle of his arms. Yeah, look at that shit. That is a thin piece of plastic holding his arms there. It looks gorgeous. It is gorgeous, but I wouldn't play with it just because there are a couple of parts in his transformation and his arms where I just think, if I wasn't super careful the first time, I would have broken this thing. He also doesn't fit very well on his abduction stand. There's a peg here. It's where his testicles should be. there's a peg. There's a peg that goes on a peg on the abduction scan. I've shoved it in every way I know how, and I have a lot of experience with shoving large things in small holes. It doesn't fit. I have to set it on there. And I'm going to take some pictures of Spike like freaking out inside the abduction thing because I think that'll be funny. He's wicked cool. He looks beautiful, but this to me is not a toy. This is a statue that just happens to transform because it's too easy to break.
Do you think a lot of Masterpiece figures are like playable?
Yes, I do.
I mean, like
The
in terms
official
of
one.
in terms of like quality, yeah.
Yeah.
But like,
I don't feel like any of my. I don't have every Masterpiece, mind you, but the ones I do have, I don't feel like I'm going to rip his fucking arm off. This one is especially with the arms. I know that there's other parts on here that are weak, but especially his arms. If I wasn't careful that first time, it would have popped off. It would have broken off, not popped, broken. There's some really cool things in how it transforms. Some interesting details that they hide until it transforms. Like the little foot pistons here, whatever the fuck you want to call them, new Daryl. The way the hands hide away is really cool. The head, you pop open this front chest piece, you stick your fingernail in there, and his head pops up like a Jack-in-the-Box.
Wait, so it's spring loaded?
Yeah, his head is spring loaded. Not very well, but it's spring loaded. I don't remember seeing this in the art. I'm sure it was there. I was a little bummed out that he's got these blue guns on him. It just doesn't seem to fit the character to me. His face is awesome. There's more good than bad, I have to say, with this. I'm happy with the purchase. I didn't know going into it that the arms were pussies, that it wouldn't stick to the base stand very well. You just have to set it on there and pray, and that you couldn't really play with it. Not that I play with my toys, but I think that's just kind of expected that you'd be able to, and you can't.
Is he in scale with the Masterpiece figures?
Fucking, I don't know, Eric.
well, what scale in Transformers? That's what you have to ask yourself first.
Is this Masterpiece scale?
I mean,
Is
it's
the question.
supposed to be.
Okay, well, that's the best answer you're going to get because New Daryl doesn't know what the
Yoshi.
fuck he's talking about.
Yoshi, do you have Bumblebee?
Do I have? Yes. Do I have him in reaching distance? No.
Okay.
I would say he's probably bigger, but he's a UFO.
He should be about. I mean, he should be maybe a little bit taller than Bumblebee, but about the same size as Bumblebee as a mini bot.
Well, the
So-
character based on the animation and stuff, but in terms of real life, you would think a UFO is bigger than the VW bug.
Yeah, that's why I said you're talking about Transformers. Scale isn't really a thing, especially with the animation. You know.
Well, I'm saying with the Masterpiece, they're supposed to be relative to each other.
I get what you're
They
fucking
try.
saying. I get
Yeah.
what you're saying. I would say it is. Having not held them two together, I would say they are.
Okay.
Everybody in the chat room, correct me. I can't read the shit that's going on right down over here, but there's some shit being said, and I'll get to that once I'm done talking and being awesome. So, I like Cosmos. He's a favorite of mine. I would buy this again. I'm just trying to talk about him in a fair way. There's some points that I didn't realize when I purchased it. There's some disappointments now that I have it. But at the end of the day, that's a cool fucking looking Cosmos.
Are you gonna get retro labels for them?
Do they have them?
Pretty sure they do.
I wonder if they can fix these fucking blue guns of randomness.
Some clippers.
Yeah, that'll fix it.
Is that the company that's doing a clear plastic version of theirs? I know one of the companies doing a Cosmos is. Because if you already think it's fragile enough near the arms, I'm just imagining that in clear plastic.
I mean, like, I don't know if I can show it very well in the camera, but it's just like, not only is the plastic between the two joints there thin, but like, I don't know how those pins are staying in because there's nothing on the opposite side that's holding them in. It's just a prayer is keeping them together, it seems.
Magic.
Yep, and Jason said that is the company that's doing a clear plastic version of theirs, so that'll be interesting.
I would be wary of thin, clear plastic.
Sounds like a great idea. What could go wrong?
Well, at least it's not gold.
When will they just come up with transparent aluminum?
Never.
That is the correct answer.
New Daryl, that's your job when you enter the toy field.
I don't... I feel like that's not really the job of the toy designer.
If you can't do it...
Okay, Yoshi, you're done. You're done. Goodbye. Thank you, Yoshi.
Hello, computer. Hello, computer.
Eric, new Daryl, we'll go to you. What do you got to show off?
I got.
Since you haven't been on the show, you can show lots of stuff. So yeah, go.
I got the Power of the Primes Deluxes. So there's Swoop, there's Dreadwind. I got Jazz and Slag. And they're all neat. Swoop seems to be everyone's favorite. For me, it's between Swoop and Jazz. I really do like Jazz more than I thought I would because he's different than the rest of the Combiner cars. He transforms pretty differently. His legs are a little awkward. It's not the best Jazz we've gotten. That's not why I like it. I like it because of just the fact that it's a Combiner Wars car. Well, not a Combiner Wars, but it's a Combiner Limb car that transforms different than all the rest, which I appreciate at this point because we got a lot of the same tricks, which it does kind of utilize those, but it changes things up a bit. Swoop is really simple, but he's really nice. Their new hands are weird. Instead of one thumb, they have two thumbs. And so you just rip off whichever thumb you don't want is what you do because they're on a ball peg. So it's just like, or you can leave two thumbs on if you want for the Combiner. But, and they have a little spot that you could put a Titan Master or a Prime Master, I guess is what's supposed to be. And so that piece can come out and be a little gun. Swoops is clear plastic. And so is Slag and Jazz. So it's not the greatest looking gun. Dreadwinds is not clear plastic, so it looks a bit better, but it makes like a little pistol, so it's neat.
We're getting asked in the chat, does your Jazz have the controversial decals?
Yes, all of them do. It is right there it's right on the forearm.
But
it's
how tiny is it?
There's no way you can read it without zooming in on it. I mean, I wasn't able to tell what the first letter was looking at it. I could tell what the other three were once I had like the letters in front of me, but the left one I couldn't tell. It's whenever you like photograph it and zoom in like crazy. That's when you can tell that it's the slogan, which
the
is
CSI zoom and enhance.
Yeah, exactly. There's no way you'd notice without that, but yeah, they're neat. Oh, and you know what? I got a bisque, but I've never been on the show, so I could say that, you know?
Good old bisque. G1 bisque.
Yeah, you know, G1 bisque back in the
Technically,
day.
it is G1 bisque.
This is true, yeah. None of that G2, blue, that Thermador. None of that. You just want good old G1 disc.
Is your swoop pterodactyl head a little floppy when he transforms?
Mine isn't. No. All the quality on my figures, like the QC, I don't have any issues, which is interesting because I know Titans Return, first wave of that was like totally plagued with QC issues. Mine are all fine. I might have just got lucky, or maybe they're doing better, but my swoop has nothing wrong with him. In terms of QC, the only one is Dreadwind, the little flap that covers up the hole on his chest. It's looser than I'd like. It doesn't like fall off. Like it doesn't open whenever I shake him, but if you just like barely touch it, it moves. So I can't really complain about it, but it does slightly annoy me that if I touch it, it'll move. But overall, yeah, QC is great on these. Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right, Jeremy, over to you.
Meeting notes. For some reason, switching from his button to my button always has this little delay.
The camera just likes me.
Come on.
Oh, and if you hate combining Dinobots, these Dinobots do not feel like they feel like their own figures. They don't feel like combiner limbs. Like you could totally forget that they have that feature if that bothers you. I know some people hate that, but
I know they did that on purpose because they know they're going to have people that do not want it visible at all.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, this is just a comic week for me. Picked up Optimus Prime number 13 that we reviewed last week. I got the Kazama cover because that's what was in my pull list, and it's a nice cover. And Yoshi, you'll have to forgive me. This is not a Transformers thing, but also in my pull list. For some reason, a Marvel comic was in my pull list, and I got the Spider-Man Renew Your Vows number 13, which, do they have the artist on here on the cover? Oh, they do. Look in the corner there. This is done by Mr. Nick Roach. Art on the inside. So, I want to support one of my favorite artists, and I have my pull list is pretty much Transformers and DC stuff. This is the first Marvel book I've ever had in my pull list. So he's doing.
They put it in there on accident?
No, I asked him for it.
No.
It just more dramatic that way. But he's on 13, 14, and 15, and got all of them scheduled, and that one came out last week. So, and that is all I got. How about you, Charles?
All right. Well, I got some more Power of the Prime stuff. So I checked BrickSeek, and the Legends figures were showing in stock at my local Target. And so, Dinobot Slash.
I want that Dinobot.
Here. And she is being ridden by Titan Master Taro. So, kind of swoopy.
Baby swoop.
Oh, yeah, baby swoop. There we are. Dinobot Slash has an interesting thing with her Prime Master card. They forgot to translate all of the phrases, so they're all in English. So yeah, all the Slash cards apparently are all in English, regardless of which Prime Master they are. So this is Liege Maximo. There you go.
Good thing it's printed 4 times if they're just going to have it all in the same language, you know?
The only thing I don't like...
the copy and paste.
Yeah. Well, they probably didn't turn on the script that translated each one.
Yeah.
This one doesn't... it doesn't stand up on its own. Like you have to have it like basically pointing vertical to get it to stand up. If you put it the way like a normal Velociraptor you'd think should go, it'll just fall over. So that's a little disappointing. But other than that, it's a cool figure. Transformation's pretty easy.
See, if they just made the tail die-cast, that would have fixed that problem. With a little counterweight.
Uh-oh. Arm came off.
It's an easy transformation.
Now I
Never
know
happened
officially there's no way that officially there's no combination for that with the combiner. Is there any way you think that you could make a weapon mode or like a chest plate mode for that? Just like in your hand, do you think that there's a way you can make that work if you wanted to, or no, for the Dinobot combiner?
I'd have to figure out where there could be a peg for the if you wanted to hold it as a weapon. I don't know, maybe the tail.
I was about to say, is the tail work? Or no?
Slash's mode in the combiner is running after, like, wait, you forgot me.
Come back.
Here's Slash robot mode. The little sister of the Dinobots.
She was there in
There
Geek
she
one. You
is.
just don't remember. She was behind.
I actually did, like, years ago, I read a fanfic that had like a female Dinobot Velociraptor. So some fanfic author is owed some money from Hasbro.
I think FunPub did one of their prose stories had some original Dinobot female characters in it. I don't remember the names though.
Well, there is one. They already introduced one in the IDW comics. That was Strafe, is the first female Dinobot.
Yeah,
there.
she's got like split head thing going on.
Mm-hmm. But that's all I got for trips to the store. So just a Dinobot, new Dinobot there. Maybe I got some other Legends class Power of the Primes figures. You'll have to tune in next week to see.
Same bot time, same bot channel.
Yep. All right, that's it for trips to the store this week. Thanks everyone for watching. Again, we want to thank our Patreon supporters for making this show possible. Thank you also to Eric Crownover for guest hosting with us this week.
No problemo.
And we will see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Ah.
Bye.